This is Rose here. It's been a minute since I make a video, but this time I'm going to share with you some very powerful stuff. So if you're someone who's currently doing Turo and you planning on starting a Turo business, then you don't want to go anywhere. You want to stay here and watch this full video, because this video I'm going to share with you everything that you need to know before starting a Turo business, the type of problem you may run into, and how to prevent these problems from happening. So this is why YouTube, it's a very powerful social media place where you can come and get so much information. So let's get to it. First thing first, my name is Rose, and I've been a Turo host since February. And I must say, ever since I joined Turo, I've been very impressed. Little by little, I keep increasing my fleet, and as of right now, I have 7 cars on Turo. But the problem is, I have several problems. The problem is, I do have 7 cars, but the first problem I'm having right now is adding more cars to my fleet, simply because I make a big mistake. The mistake I made was I can't scale anymore, because now no bank wants to give me a loan because bank doesn't like Turo. So with that being said, you don't want to go ahead and finance those cars under your name or your business. Well, it's good to finance it under your business, but as soon as the bank realizes you have 3 to 4 car loans already on your credit file, then they're just gonna deny you a loan for no reason. And their explanation is, you know, they don't even give you a clear explanation why they deny you a loan. My credit is awesome. Bank love my credit, but for some reason they wouldn't give me a loan simply because they don't like Turo. They always want to know if I'm doing Turo. And I think now what they're even doing is looking online or trying to get as many information they can get about you to see if you're doing Turo. Even calling your own insurance to see if you're doing Turo. So you really have to be careful. Bank doesn't like Turo hosts, and if you planning to take that finance route, but keep in mind, you very limited on how many cars you can have. So if I were to start a tour business today, what I would do is get a big loan, business loan. Get a big business loan with a very good plan. Make sure you talk to someone who knows these things. Tell them how you would like it. Maybe get a business loan with how to call it, like maybe a monthly payment, and some very low monthly payment for one big bill. You can have as many cars you want, like maybe a 200K. You can go shopping for cars. You pay for all those cars, and they charge you, or get some type of credit. And this is other things I wanted to share with you too. There's this company actually named Putty, whatever that name is. I'm on the process right now to apply for a loan with them. Hopefully, they approve me for a loan, but they mainly work with Turo hosts. This is a very powerful website. You guys can check it out after this, but this will potentially a game changes. In fact, they've been very busy because someone made a YouTube video about this website ever since, and that's where I find out about it. I find out on YouTube actually. So I went in and I applied. I'm not finished with my application yet, but I'm going to give them a try, and I will keep you guys posted if I get qualified or anything like that. But they mainly work with Turo hosts, current Turo hosts, not new hosts, but people who's been on Turo for 2 years at least. So if you have 2 years with Turo, you most likely gonna be qualified. They said it wasn't a problem for me, even though I've been there for 6 months, a few months, more than 6 months. So they was like, okay, that's fine. They just asked me to send a picture of my earning, which I sent them a screenshot, and then they wanted to see my profile, my LLC information, so a few details. So I really think if you're serious about doing Turo, this is not something you're doing to make some change, extra money. You want to maximize your business. Turo is very addictive. Let me let you know now. If you're gonna start a Turo, you put 1 car. Keep in mind, it's super addictive. You're gonna want to keep adding more cars. You're gonna become so desperate where you're gonna make poor decisions, as far as getting high interest rate. So you really need to make sure you plan this ahead to be successful, so you don't make the same mistake that I made. And I'm telling you, I made mistake that I regret. I wish I can take back, but unfortunately I cannot. The first mistake I made was buying these old cars. You want to stay away from old cars. Buy newer cars like 2020, 2021, 2022 if you can, with very low mileage. Here's why. These cars, they don't give you problem because they're so new. You know, new cars doesn't give you that much problem, and they don't have too many recalls. They can have recalls, but not too many. In fact, I just recently have a recall for this car, even though it's a 2020. So, but the good thing is you can don't have to worry about spending so much money on fixing those cars because they won't give you any problem. Ever since I got this car, I don't believe I even done any oil change with this car. So let's take a look at it. It's easy to say, but let me actually show you the result I'm getting for this 2020 Kia Sorento. Look at this. I put this car at the last, I think it was at the end of August. I was still able to cash in $100. I didn't make my first payment until November, I think 10th. That's when I make my first payment for this car. Right now we're in December 1st. That's the month we're in now. Let's see. I can find out actually. Yeah, so we in December 1st. As you can see, my other business is booming. So Turo is not my only business. I have other business. I sell ebooks online, and clearly you can see very consistent. Then this is how I able to find money, to have money to buy my cars. Some of my cars I buy them cash because I have cash flow. And then Turo is not a problem. I run to a lot of problem. I lost a lot of money on Turo, but luckily for me, I have cash flow. When you have cash flow problem, it's not a problem. I guess there's no problem when you have money. You don't really, is it more money, more problem? But in that case for me, I said, because I had more money, it helps me solve my other business problem. So I have some problem with Turo, but I'm glad I was able to fix them because I have money. So yeah, then the biggest problem you're gonna have if you buy those old cars is fixing those cars. This car cost me so much money to fix. I spent over $3,000 on this car already to fix it because my transmission was out. This car, just recently I spent $1,500 on this car because I have an oil light on. That oil light cost me a lot because they had to replace a bunch of stuff. It has a leak and all kind of stuff. And it's a 2017 car. This car, oh, we don't even want to talk about this one. $2,500. In fact, I'm still trying to do a claim with Turo on this car, and they're not even giving me any money yet. And it's just been really a drag. So those are the things that you have to keep in mind. The older your car is, the more problem you're going to run into. So you want to make sure you buy a newer car. If you can buy a newer car, then you can almost guarantee you're going to be a rich man with Turo. You're going to be profit a lot more money, keeping more money in your pocket. You know, so that's the power of having new cars on Turo. So you definitely want to take Turo to a whole new level by buying new cars, and then make sure you don't finance those cars like with a single loan, because eventually you're gonna run out of option. Bank don't want to give you a loan if they see 3 cars, so you want to stay away from that. If you're serious about building a business at Turo, make sure you don't use your credit to go finance 1, 2, 3 cars, because Turo is addictive. Are you going to be successful? Guaranteed. If you follow this step, I guarantee you will be making more money. My biggest problem was financing those cars under my name, some of these cars under my business name. Now, the moment a bank pull out your credit, boom, they deny you a loan because they see you have 4 car loans open, then they don't want to give you a loan. They don't care. They don't care how well your credit is. They're just going to deny you automatically because they see you have a couple car loans already. Unless if you have some relative, family member, then you want to buy those cars cash like I did for those 2 cars, then you'll be able to, you know, get a few cars. So I'm stuck here right now. I want to add more cars. I'm desperate to add more cars, but I can't. And this is why I'm in the process right now to see if I can get approved for $200K. This company, after they pull up, they did a soft pull. They said I can get $200K. So I'm looking forward. Please continue watching. I will keep you guys posted. Hopefully you find value in this video. And thank you for watching.